Hey, what's up, guys? I am back with another video. This is going to be a general reading for Libra. What's up, Libra? But if you're new, welcome to Casual Tarot. If you're not, welcome back. And just to remember, a Libra, it's a big world, so it is general. And this is definitely not professional advice. You do what you want, Libra. I feel like some of you are starting a new chapter. It's like you want to do something new. I do feel like you need to make maybe some choices that are a little challenging. I feel like they're only a little challenging because it's new. When something new or when there's a change, it may seem challenging. Even if there is some challenges, it may seem even more challenging because it's new. It's something to adjust to. I do feel like for some of you, there is some hesitation about doing something, starting something new. And I feel like it's a good thing. It would take you far. You may have to leave some things behind. You may have to make, like I said, some challenging choices. You may even have to leave, your old life or people. But it's something you really want. And I feel like it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's all about balance. I feel like you will feel a lot more complete, a lot more focused, inspired to even do more once you step through that doorway, is how I'm sensing it. And Libra, I'm talking about walk away from more things because I know some of you are like, well, I walked away from so much. I got nothing. I'm good. Nah, there's still some stuff for some of you. Okay, it is general, but I feel like some of you may be a little in denial about certain things. Okay. You have the Emperor upright. I'm sorry, in reverse. You have the Eight of Cups in reverse. You have the Strength. So, like I said, there's going to be some things that may be difficult, okay? But for most, I do feel like it's the right thing to do. It's just difficult, okay? For others, it may be like you're questioning, you know what I'm saying? Some of you may even be walking away from someone, or maybe multiple people, okay? You have the Chariot in reverse. Have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Wow, okay. You have the Knight of Swords. You have the Ten of Cups upright. Have the Queen of Wands upright. Oh, okay. You have the Seven of Wands. If you take that first step, there's going to be a lot of changes that are actually going to release you from a lot. Like I said before, I feel like some of you feel like you're done. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing more to release, but I'm sensing there is. The only reason why I'm saying some of you think that, because I feel like I said, some of you are a little bit in denial about certain things that you're holding on to. I wouldn't really say that's people. It's more of maybe past issues, maybe some ideas, stuff like that. Okay. I will say that there may have been people in your life that were very, maybe they still are, but with December, I'm feeling a lot of control, but I feel like it's multiple people, multiple situations, and it's like you took your life back and you're not with it. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I feel like you're going through a change where you may need that strength again to move forward. Okay. Because, like I said, I don't really feel like I feel like it's challenges. I wouldn't really say that it's anything that you can't really get through with ease. It's really what you do. Okay. Don't depend on others because, listen, you could try to make things as smooth as possible. That doesn't mean everyone else is going to fall on board. You may have people that, give you a hard time or just make things more difficult than they need to be. And it could be that it's not really purposely, it's just that they think they're doing the right thing, but they're not. Okay. Some of you may feel, a little stuck, but the thing is, I feel like you're starting a whole new chapter and it's a great one. But there may be some delays in where you want to be, how you want things to be, but you're a work in progress, and so is this path you're on, this life that you're living. Okay. I do feel like there's going to be a delay in something. I'm not sure what that is. That could be related to work or something that you're trying to do. I do feel like even with this emperor, there may be some authority involved in some way. Now, I'm sensing it that it's almost like there's two people. It's like one is on your side and one, I wouldn't say that they're not on your side, but it's more like they're by the book, even if there's something unfair or some how do I want to say it, technicality or whatever it is, like this person won't budge, you know what I'm saying, even if they know that it's like maybe a small mistake or a small thing that needs to be done. It's like they won't budge, even though I do feel like they have the power to fix it. It's almost like, yeah, I can fix it, but I'm not, because you should have had your stuff together. That type of attitude. Okay. So I feel like this person is not really that it's personal. That's just how they are. You know what I'm saying? So you may have to work a little harder to present whatever you're trying to do to this person. I do feel like there's someone helping you though. Kind of showing you the ropes, what you can do, but there may be someone giving you a bit of a hard time saying, oh, you need this, you need that, this is not enough, something like that. So like I said, it could be work, it could be something else. Libra, things will get better as far as family and emotional stuff. I feel like some of you do feel disconnected in some way. Okay. The thing is, you're very blessed, and I feel like that. It's just that there's some things, it could be stemming from your past or maybe some recent stuff that has you feeling like you're in this life alone. Even if you have 100 people around you, you feel disconnected in some way. I will say some of you definitely feel misunderstood. There are things that you're battling that no one knows about. It's almost like you have these feelings bottled up that no one knows about. And I feel like a lot of times, it's like even if you try to let it out, it's like the people around you don't understand. I wouldn't say everyone doesn't understand. I think that you think everyone doesn't understand. But I understand why, because there's a big handful that, you're right, they don't understand. Okay. But you're not here to live for them, right, Libra? Okay. Not everyone is going to understand. Not everyone is going to be able to relate. Sometimes if people don't experience certain things, they're just not going to get it. Okay. It doesn't really have to be that they just don't want to understand. It could be that they just can't. Okay. Not in every case, but in some cases. Now, I do feel like you're very blessed. You have a lot of great people around you, but at some point you didn't, or there just was a lot of, I would say, conflict, misunderstandings, maybe even some betrayals. I do feel like a lot of that is the past, but I feel like you're still around the same people. Okay. And I will say some people are set in their ways, and you may have to, defend yourself in some way. Draw the line, make good decisions when it comes to relationships. And what I mean by good decisions, what's good for you. Okay. But make sure you balance that out, because I feel like you feel like, well, for some of you, it's like anything anyone does that, you look at them sideways. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, it could just be a misstep, and you're like, nah, be careful with that. Don't cut people off so quickly. We're all human. At the same time, don't let people just do whatever they want either. You also need to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Protect your peace. And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of endings here and a lot of good connections. You may even be connecting with people from the past that actually may make you feel more complete. Okay. I feel like some of you may have been like, maybe like, I should have done this a long time ago, or maybe this already happened and you're already feeling that way. Okay. But for some of you, I feel like it's gradually happening. Now, Leo, I kind of feel like you're this queen of wands. Okay. She's very courageous. She's very bold. I feel like this is you in a perfect world. Okay. Right now, I feel like this is more of your potential. Okay. This is where you're going. You're becoming this queen. It doesn't matter if you're male, female. I'm just saying how she is. Okay. Very creative, also very spiritual. All right. I do feel like you need to use what you learn, your experiences in future situations. And Libra, careful with your anger. Okay. I feel like you're chilling right now. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like you may get tested. Okay. And there have been times in the past when you were not with stuff and you didn't want to hear nothing. And don't get me wrong, I don't really feel like you were wrong, but it's a situation where you're right, but you were probably so angry that you may have looked wrong. Okay. I don't really feel like you're at that place anymore, but I feel like there's potential for that to come back. Okay. Because I don't know, something's going on where I feel like you are going to be confronted about something. You may even be the one I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue tied. Confronting others about whatever they're doing. Okay, it could be going back and forth type of thing where you're confronting, they're confronting, and stuff like that. But I do feel in some way you're gonna be tested. I don't feel like it's a huge deal, but because you have a past with situations like this, and because you have a past with people like this, it may just be different people, different situations, but definitely have a history here with stuff like that, that it may just, really get under your skin. Okay. And you don't want to go backwards. Okay. I think that some of you are holding on to a lot, and be careful, like with grudges. Okay. Like I said before, remember we're all human at the same time. Don't just let anyone in your space. Okay. He's ready. He's ready for anything. Okay. He's prepared. And I feel like you kind of got to be like that, even mentally, when you're around certain people. Mentally prepared. Now, I don't mean up in your head. Okay, Libra, so be careful with that. Eight of Swords. Like I said, I feel like some of you feel a little stuck. I do feel like that's very short-lived. Okay. If you're trying to accomplish something or do something, I don't feel like it's gonna last long. It's more like this waiting period. It seems like it's taking forever. It's almost like I see you looking at the clock, um, watching, waiting. Okay. I feel like if you let that go, things would just blossom. But you got to stop overthinking, because I feel like you let go of a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like you also think a lot. And I'm talking about people. Okay. What they've done, what they're doing, what they may or may not do in the future. Don't get trapped in your mind, especially when things come up, because I feel like that's what's going to trigger this. Because right now, I feel like you're pretty good. It's just, well, besides the thinking, you're pretty good. I feel like you're putting yourself first. I feel like, you're protecting yourself, but it's the mind and the emotions that I feel I'm a little concerned about here. Not only because you've come a long way, but I just feel like I said, people are going to test you, and I don't feel like it's anything that you should really absorb. Okay, deal with it, handle it, but don't absorb it. Okay. Your top card, I guess they want me to give you two. Two of Pentacles, balance, weigh your options. Like I said, some of you want to do something, just plan it out. Research, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, go after it. Focus on that. Make it happen. Make a plan though, okay? Before you take any action. See, I told you, get out of your head. Okay. Nine of Swords. And this is something I feel like you're really working on. But let me tell you, there are some people who really just bring you back to that place where you're like ready to defend yourself. But it's almost borderline like, well, attack. uh, kind of attacking before thinking type of thing. Reacting before thinking, or getting like all the information and stuff like that. But continue to do whatever you're doing as far as taking care of yourself, self-care, self-love. You're very dedicated to that, and I think that's a really good thing. I just think that there's some things that you also need to confront and focus on, and that would help you release all that's in your mind, but it would also help you to exercise that, to practice that, to not think so much about this and that. And I say this and that because I feel like some of the things have happened that bothers you. I feel like there may be some things going on that bother you, but I also feel like you just think of things. Well, this one did that, so that means they're up to this. I have to worry about what I'm going to do because of this situation, or because that one did this. And I just feel like you think way too much. Some of you may have trouble sleeping, and she has trouble sleeping. But if you notice, the swords aren't piercing her. They're not even pointed at her. Okay? Protect your mind. Get that clutter out. Your bottom card, Ace of Swords, told you new beginning, new chapter. Okay? And it could really bring you to a really good place, but you got to clear that mind of yours. Okay? And that's going to help you make decisions because, like I said, you may have some challenging ones, and even dealing with that Emperor, because I feel like there's someone. I just feel like they can make things a little easier, but they're not. It's almost like it's not in them. That's just not how they are. Don't get me wrong, for some of you, maybe it can be a little personal, but even if you feel like it is in some way, it's mainly because that's how they are. They're just a difficult person. Okay, they like to practice that tough love and give hard lessons type of stuff. Again, this can be even someone, that needs to make a decision on a situation, but I feel like you gotta like have everything right. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like if they find any little thing out of place, it's like, nah, you gotta go do it again. That type of thing. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling you were having some help here. Okay. King of Cups. Could be that some of you's met someone, or maybe this is someone already in your life, but I feel like I needed to take that card, and I feel like this person is really good. Some of you may be having a hard time letting someone into your life that's really good for you. I do feel like you know this person already, but for some of you, you could have just, met someone that you're like iffy about, but it's a really good connection. Okay, it really is. I do feel like this is also you. Okay. I feel like once things start clearing up and you truly see this new beginning for what it truly is, you're gonna feel pretty fabulous. Okay, I also feel like that's gonna help you not take things so seriously. Now, don't get me wrong, Libra, in the past I do feel like you had some serious things going on, but at this present moment I don't feel like they're as serious as the past. But for you, it may bring up, well, open up old wounds. So for you, it may feel a lot different. Okay, but just remember where you are. You're in the present, not the past. Even if you're dealing with the same people, you're a different person. You're not the same person. Okay. Let's see. Get one more message. You're not the same person. Look at this. You're too amazing to follow everyone else. Forge your own path. So they can confront you all they want. They can question you. You know what you want because you're that queen. Very passionate. Okay. Very ready to live the life that you want. Create the life that you want. So don't worry about anyone else. Okay. Don't let them tick you off. I don't know if you're like talking to someone new, or well, I did say maybe some of you are bringing someone from the past back into your life. I feel like it's a good thing, but there may be people around you who are questioning it. Like, why are you talking to them after they, and maybe this person made mistakes in the past. I don't know, or maybe they just rub people the wrong way. I don't know, but I just feel like you're being questioned or going to be questioned about connecting with someone. Do what you feel is right, because I feel like there's going to be signs, there are going to be things that you see or maybe even hear that's going to make you feel like, nah, this is the right thing to do. But then you're going to have another side telling you, oh, but why bother? Or don't you remember this? Don't you remember that? Kind of discrediting the person or bad mouthing them in some way. I feel like there's two motives here. It's like there may be someone who just doesn't want you to get close to someone, even though they know that person's not a problem. Then there's others that they may be judging the person off for something in the past that's not even happening now, that's not current, as if no one changes, like they're dealing with the same person. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it takes people forever to change and sometimes they don't change, but whoever I'm picking up on, I feel like they're not the same person if they did do things in the past, or they're just being judged too harshly. I don't know, but I think it's a good thing. So go with your gut. Okay. Stop ruminating over what you did or did not do. Let it go. So, like I said, there are some things you need to let go, and you may not want to admit that. Okay. But look again. Okay. Because you know it bothers you. Whatever is bothering you, you know that's what you need to let go. And like I said, I feel like some of you are around the same people that may have gave you issues in the past, may confront you now. But remember who you are now, or where you are now, and do what you need to do to clear out the path for you in the healthiest way by making a plan and making those decisions I was talking about. Even though they may seem challenging, I do feel like deep inside, you know what to do. And if you don't, like I said, just balance, weigh your options, okay? And let whoever is around you help you that you know is going to be helpful, that you know that they're good, okay? And just be open to that, okay? And I think you'll be fine. Okay, Libra. But anyway, but get out of your mind. That is your message. Practice that, let it go. I sit somewhere and just keep releasing it. And let me tell you, it's gonna take a while. It takes practice. Things are still gonna pop in your mind, but the more you do it, the more easier it gets to be able to just clear it out and not let it come back in. I would do that every day. Just clear out the day before you go to sleep. Clear out everything. Let go of everything before you go to sleep so you wake up nice and fresh and ready for anything. Okay, but again, that is your message. I hope it helps in some way, and good luck.